Hello and welcome to week 16 with Mr. Maddie online art class. Great to be here. I just want to follow up with what we're doing this week. So this lovely gem right here is the result of a drawing tutorial I did step by step, which is posted in your Google Classroom. Now, you'll note that I have a sidewalk, fence. These are like shrubs or trees, some mountains, a house, and some clouds. So your objective this week is to draw in perspective, as we have been practicing, a practice inspired by the Renaissance. Okay, so your objective is to draw in 1 point perspective. Notice the 1 point. And the rationale, why are we doing this? Well, we're practicing drawing from the lasting influence of the Renaissance. As we've noted, the perspective here is something that was claimed during the Renaissance, and it's something we still celebrate daily in architecture, in engineering, in drawing, what have you. It's something that we use all the time, and this 1 point perspective drawing is really fun. So I really enjoy this, and I hope you do too. We've been practicing this quite a bit. And the goal here, okay, the success criteria for you this week is to draw your very own 1 point perspective drawing. Okay, so in this drawing, you're going to need a few important details. First, when you're doing your perspective drawing, the very first thing you do is lay out your horizon line. Now you'll note that it actually makes the letter H. That's how I always remember that. Horizon lines go left to right. Vertical lines go up and down, as we've noted. And these diagonals are what we call search lines, or if you want to be really fancy with your pinky out, ornithological lines. Now, I'm not expecting you to be masters at this by now. However, I would like to see how well you've retained this information. Okay, if when you're drawing this, you find that maybe some of your lines are a little bit crooked, that's okay. What I'm really testing for, what I really want to see, what I'm assessing is that you have a road, a fence, and a house. Okay. In this, I believe there's 6 steps toward making this. I want to encourage you to go your own direction. Now, in the original reference here, it's real basic. I added some mountains, some funky clouds, and some details that are on there. Okay. Think of this as a canvas for you to work off of. Now, I'd like to show you what we're using for our reference. So let's change to our 6-step procedure here. And here we go. So there we go, 9 steps, my apologies. This is a 9-step drawing here. And zoom this up a little bit. So starting with step 1, you have your horizon line with your vanishing point. Step 2, add a road. Think of it as a pizza slice with a cut down the middle. Okay, you'll see that everything connects towards this wonderful vanishing point. To the left, we have a square with a triangle. You'll note that the square is parallel to the edges of the paper, the left and bottom, top and right of the paper. We then connect our nearest points to our vanishing point. Okay, you'll see what's happening here. It's like disappearing to the distance. Step 5, it's time to cut the strings. So we're going to add a parallel line to the edge of your square here. And where that line intersects with this top of the roof, you want to angle this line to be parallel with this edge right here. So in the end, we'll have 2 parallel lines, one off the right triangle to the right back edge of the house, the other off the right side of the square to the back right part of the house. And when you erase those, you'll get something like this in step 6. Now, if you're feeling like a real go-getter, you can add a window and door. Okay? When you're drawing these features on the broad front edge of your house, you'll note that everything's very square and simple to work with. Okay? Now, when you get to the edge of the house, there's a little more going on here. You want to keep your lines still very vertical and parallel. Okay, you'll see that that's consistent throughout this here. However, the very top edge of my door has this angle. Now, that angle is connecting with your vanishing point because on the right side of this house here, everything is being skewed into what we call perspective. Okay? This is tricky. This will be probably, this door, I'll bet, is the hardest part of your drawing aside from the fence. Now, the fence here is on the right. You'll note that all these lines are vertical and parallel, and the wire in step 8 here are nice and angled toward your vanishing point. In the end, this is step 9 right here. The hope is you have something like this. Now, when you get to step 9, okay, I want you to make your own twist on it. If you would like to do something similar to mine, that's fine, and I'll show you that image one more time. Here it is. And this is really helpful. I hope you watch this video a couple times because it spells out all the verticals. When we first start drawing our fences, you really want to do it at an angle. You can see me showing my students earlier what not to do. Don't do this. Fences go up and down. If it's helpful, please find some graphing paper, or even better, simply use a ruler. Anytime I'm struggling, I always refer to my ruler or my straight edge. I'll use this edge of this box right here, okay? So you'll see that all these lines, are parallel to the edge of my paper. I'm talking about my fence, okay? It's very tempting to do this. Oftentimes students, when they start drawing their fences, they want to do this angle, and it looks broken, and it's kind of confusing. A couple important basic things to note is that things that are closer to your eye are darker. Things that get further away, they get lighter, okay? Likewise, for the frequency of lines, how often you see them, okay? When things are closer to your eye that are consistent, such as a fence, there's lots of little lines. You'll note that these fence lines are going to have bigger gaps that are when they're closer to you and tighter as they get further away. Things that are further away are always going to be right back here by your vanishing point. And things that get closer to your eye will be toward the left and right of the paper. These are going to be much wider. So you'll note the sidewalk has bigger gaps. And as you get further back, it's much more tight, much more frequent, and similarly to your fence. Now for my shrubs over here, I rushed right through it. I went a little bit fast, but you'll see that even this, tops of these all connect toward your vanishing point. My clouds. Now this is real next level. I challenge you to do this. I even did it with a fisheye lens kind of angle. Clouds that are closer to you are going to be toward the top of your paper, and clouds that are further away are going to be more toward your horizon line, and more specifically your vanishing point. So you'll note that even my clouds, as they're closer toward the edge of my paper, they're real big, and as you get further in toward that vanishing point, toward that horizon, they get smaller. Now this is a really nice subtle detail, and you're welcome to just copy this drawing, and you're welcome to do your own drawing as well. Many students enjoy drawing Minecraft block worlds, which is a blast. It's really fun to see as a teacher and educator to see kids run wild with this. And likewise, some students like to do simply an array of cubes in space. Either way, it's totally fine. I want you to have fun with it. I really enjoy drawing cubes in space, and something like this is great practice. So experiment, have fun with it. Fill up your page. This is a 9 by 11 This is a 9 by 11 inch piece of paper, just a standard piece of paper. Nothing special here. But what I want you to do is to make it special. Add some funky details. Even if you simply are drawing stick figures in here, some people, right? Maybe they get smaller as they go away. Maybe you have a little parade. It really adds to the piece. Now, if you can draw stick figures, you can draw this stuff, believe it or not. This is super fun. It's something that I practice daily, and I hope you practice it as well. When you're complete with this, please photograph this using your Chromebook camera, and then upload the photo to your digital portfolio. Please reach out to me if you forgot how to do this, or if you're struggling. I will walk you through it and show you how it's done. So that's my scoop for this week, drawing in perspective, adding details and finessing it, and a little future information. Next class, you'll be asked to color these. So if you're feeling really motivated and inspired, jump into it, have some fun. Thanks for checking in, and have a wonderful week. Take care. Bye-bye.